I'm here with Fran Petito, who is the president of New York Sportscene Children's Foundation, and we're here for the 4th annual Celebrity Golf Classic. Fran, this is going to be a sensational event tonight.
I know we have a terrific honoree. We have Steve Castleton, our 2018 hero. He truly is a hero for our heroes. We also have 8 amazing, outstanding women, and that's going to be very exciting. They don't know it yet, but we have greetings from the governor with proclamations, and Steve Bellone will be here, county executive. We have one of the councilwomen coming in. So it's not just a golf outing for anybody that wants to come next year. If you keep in mind, we do surprising things. You never know who will show up. We also have the Junior Marines. We'll do display of colors, and we have 3 teen ambassadors. One is a beauty queen, which you know, Olivia. Cassidy has been chosen by Juilliard, and then we have Nicolette, who just performed at Carnegie Hall. They will sing the national anthem this year.
That's so terrific, and I'm so happy that you're honoring women, because many of the women started their charities because they were touched by something that was negative in their own life, you know? And New York Sportscene Children's Foundation recognizes people that are helping others, not just their organization, from their heart.
That's really what matters. You know, there's so many amazing, outstanding people out there that don't get recognized, but there's a few that truly work from their heart. It's not about money or recognition or titles or anything else. These 8, and just to clarify, we were only going for one outstanding woman, but after getting so many respondents that came through and said, you know, you need to nominate this person, we got it down to about 10. And then our founder, Mike Cutino, said, well, how are you going to get it down to 1? And I looked at him and I said, we're going to throw that rule book away and we're going to honor, and it wound up being 8 that were able to participate.
I think that's a great idea. And also, I understand that Paul Sequence Ferguson is going to be performing tonight, right?
Yes, with my husband, John Petito. We have both of them. As usual, Paul is a godsend. Yes. He plays every single time, every event we do. He truly is right there for us, and you know. And
I see in the ballroom you have the most incredible raffle prizes. How did you get so many together? My goodness, you even have the Super Bowl rings, the copies of that, and I think that's really eye-catching.
Yeah, our auctioneer, Bob Zuckerman, has been with us since the beginning of the foundation. He handles all of our auction. He has the best, most authentic, most unusual memorabilia. We also get a lot of support from the New York Jets. Were gracious this year to supply us with things. We have the Islanders, things like that. We have the Yankees gave us things and tickets. We have movies. The raffle items come from local businesses, and I have a great committee that helps me do them. And very patriotic this year, because again, we're recognizing Steve Castleton and our veterans and things that mean something to the country.
and Olivia. New York Sportscene Children's Foundation Teen Ambassadors.
Let me turn over the mic to Mike, the boss.
Thank you. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. As you can see, this golf tournament is getting bigger and bigger every single year. It's growing. I would like to thank Fran Petito My right-hand girl. Now she's with me for 41 years. My wife is with me for 42, she's 41, so. Anyway, she's responsible of almost everything here. And my staff, I'd like to thank them, and my two people that helps me, Frank and Scott. Without you guys, it would be nothing. And the staff. And I hope you enjoyed today. We had the weather, and hope to see you next year. I'm going to turn it over.
And all I can tell you is that this man has a special place in heaven because the things that he's done for veterans here, abroad, children, young Marines, young military, active duty, law enforcement, the things that you've done in your life, we're proud and privileged to give you an award tonight. It's our honor to have you here. Steve Castleton, our Hero Award honoree. You're a hero to our veterans, military, law enforcement, first responders. Your lifetime of philanthropy, outstanding dedication, and selfless service make you, Steve Castleton, our hero. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a serious friend of the foundation. We can't do what we do without you. By order of the State of New York, the Executive Chamber has provided you with the Certificate of Recognition. Unfortunately, the Governor or his assistant could not be here with you tonight, but asked me to present to you Steve Castleton. As you are honored, the Empire State is proud to join in recognizing exceptional individuals whose dedicated work and accomplishments have a significant impact on others. Through exceptional leadership and civic commitment, you have made lasting contributions to the quality of life on Long Island and become an inspirational resource for all who know you. On behalf of all New Yorkers, I extend to you great appreciation for your exemplary efforts. Best wishes and continued success in your future endeavors. Andrew Cuomo, Governor.
I'm here with Steve Castleton at the New York Sportscene Children's Foundation golf outing today. What brings you here today?
Mike Cutino called me up, who runs the foundation, a few months ago, and blew my mind when he said he wanted me to be the honoree of the Hero Award.
Has anybody ever called you a hero before?
I don't think of myself as a hero. I just think of myself as a regular guy.
Okay. So now, do you raise funding to help others, or is it more that you're into filmmaking now, which is spotlighting people that need to have a spotlight on them?
The fundraising I've done all my life. I've always been very good at fundraising. Over the years, I've raised various people, organizations, and charities about $100 million. And I just enjoy doing it. I'm evidently very good at it, and it's fun. I mean, for a charity that I believe in, I've helped a lot of them out myself financially. And just being able to give back is a lot of fun. I mean, I can't believe how successful I've been in life, how fortunate I am in life. I have 3 great sons. I mean, what more do I need? Giving back is a lot of fun.
That's great that you feel that way. And so tell us something about the movies that you've been involved in. You had mentioned that you have 3 that have received some recognition. Tell our audience about them.
Well, the first movie is called Hondros. It's after Chris Hondros, a photojournalist that was killed in a mortar attack in Libya, along with Tim Hetherington, and it's about his life and gives people an idea of the person behind the scenes taking these iconic photos. Last year we won Best Documentary at the Tribeca Film Festival. We won awards at Sundance, Toronto, Amsterdam, all over the world, and it's now on Netflix, doing very, very well.
How many minutes is it? Is it a short film or is it a feature?
It's about 94 minutes.
Okay, so it's a feature.
Yep.
Yeah.
About 94 minutes. One of the next ones I'm working on is called One Soldier, One Horse, and it's in cooperation with the Warrior Ranch Foundation, which takes horses that, for lack of a better term, have PTSD, have some issues, and mixing them with veterans and adults who have PTSD, and putting them together, and the reaction of the both of them, you're healing both. You're taking a horse and healing that, and a veteran who has PTSD, you're giving them some control. And the final movie is called the raining season. It's about child abduction and trafficking, specifically in areas like Sierra Leone, where it's rampant. And people really don't realize how bad it is throughout the world. I mean, some people in areas like Sierra Leone, the families are so destitute they could actually sell one child to help get food for the rest of the children and support the rest of the family. My goal with the film, my personal goal, is that it could do what George Clooney's Doll for Now did for hunger, and what the Eichmann show did to make the country, make the world realize what went on in the Holocaust. Because sometimes people don't believe what they just read in the newspaper, but when they see a film and see these children, it's like, wait a minute, there's a problem in the world. Maybe I could help fix it.
Now, other than maybe donating to that cause, how could people help that stop? Trafficking of children. How could I personally stop that?
Really, the best way is as simple as it is. You see something and say something. It happens all over the world. Take a family on vacation. Any family, if you have two young children, what is your greatest fear? Somebody's going to kidnap your kids. People don't realize it happens. And as far as one with the veterans, with the PTSD, you know what? You see a veteran, buy him a cup of coffee, say thank you for your service, buy him a slice of pizza. Sometimes that's all a veteran needs, is to say thank you.
Now, what I really find interesting, what you said about horses having PTSD, I'm a horsewoman, so I'm very happy to find out that there is some kind of charity that's helping the horse as well as the soldier and the people.
Exactly. Horses that used to be thoroughbreds that aren't good enough for breeding, what are they going to do with them? It's the old glue factory. Now you could take a horse and actually help a horse hear a veteran, or in some cases also women who are suffering from PTSD, from trauma. So it's great for both, and it makes both a horse and that person productive members of society again, which is great.
Now, what area would this organization be run out of?
It's called Warrior Ranch. We actually just got property out east in the Casselton area, about 150 acres from the county, and we're setting up the stables and everything else out there. But it's Warrior Ranch Foundation. You can find it online, and it's just a fantastic organization. It's people who care about horses and veterans.
So now, how many horses are going to be there?
We hope to have 16 to 20 and have sessions throughout the day for the veterans and also women. But what we're going to do that's going to be different is one day a week is going to be women only. Because sometimes it could be the woman suffering trauma through sexual assault, harassment, different things like that. Women sometimes need to feel comfortable being by themselves, being in a group of women instead of men around. So we're going to do it that way to maintain that process.
And I hope that you're going to have some pasture land for the horses to graze on, because the horse needs to be a horse. I had a horse he lived to 30 years old, chestnut thoroughbred gelding, and he lived to 30 years old because he was out on grass every day, in the summertime, and he had all the nutrients you get from grass. So I would hate to see the horse in a stable or just in a corral all the time.
And that's why we got 150 acres. There's going to be plenty of room for a horse to be a horse.
That's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Now, you had mentioned that one of the movies had some celebrities in it. You want to focus in on that a minute?
The movie Hondros, I was executive producer along with Jake Gyllenhaal and Jamie Lee Curtis. And the movie did fantastic. And as I said, it's available on Netflix. That's
terrific. Now, do you have a website where we can follow you and everything that you're doing to help everybody?
I'm on LinkedIn, but I'm just a guy who likes to do things. That's all.
I'm here with Steve Castleton, who's just a guy that likes to do things. Well, I think you're much more than that. And I'm proud to be sitting here with today's honoree.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
It's an honor to be here with the New York Sportscene Children's Foundation, and a big thank you to Mike Cutino. Let's hear it for him, the founder of this great organization. FRAN Petito, our great president, and the board, and all of you who support this incredible organization and the work that they're doing. I'm very proud to be here with my colleague in the Suffolk County Legislature, who's a partner on all the issues that we deal with on a regular basis, but particularly when it comes to supporting veterans. Sarah Anker is an extraordinary individual, so thank you, Sarah. I want to again, thank you everyone for being here. There are so many great organizations who are here. We have so many great partners who are here. First of all, we're in the town of Smithtown here. We have Supervisor Ed Werheim, who is here tonight, and I know he was golfing. He's not a great golfer. He's a great supervisor, though. and I consider that because I am a terrible golfer. So, just so you know. Judge Sean Udio is here. I want to say thank you to the judge. Does a tremendous job for us. And some great organizations, Long Island Cares. I saw Paul Packer is here. Long Island Cares doing tremendous work for us. And of course, one of the organizations that is here tonight, that Steve is just one of the organizations he's involved in, the Stephen Siller's Tunnel to Towers Foundation. He's wearing that shirt. Frank Siller is here tonight. Frank, I don't know where you are, but thank you. God bless you. With Frank and Steve, just a short time ago, where they handed the keys to another smart home to a veteran who served our country, who came home grievously injured, Chris Levi, and handed that new home that they've done countless times all across this country. Frank, thank you very much for everything you've done for our veterans. And to be here tonight to recognize Steve Castleton, this is that organization, that incredible organization, is just one of, I can tell you personally, countless agencies, organizations that he is directly involved in. And it doesn't matter what it is. It can be one individual veteran that needs help. We can't figure out exactly what the thing that needs to be done. And our go-to person always is Steve Castleton. We have this new project that's coming up, the Warrior Foundation, that he is involved with now, is actually working to rescue horses who are going to be put down, and rescuing those horses, and in turn they go to the Warrior Ranch and they're working with our returning veterans who are facing struggles with PTSD, and those rescued horses are helping rescue our veterans, and they're doing that together. That's something Steve Castleton is helping to put together in Suffolk County. Steve, on behalf of all the veterans of Suffolk County. We have more veterans in this county than any county in the state of New York, something we are incredibly proud of, and something that I think makes this county very special. On behalf of all those veterans, Steve, God bless you. Thank you for everything you do.
I am now with Frank Lombardo, Esquire, who is the Vice President of New York Sportscene Children's Foundation. Congratulations on your 4th annual celebrity golf outing,
And
Frank.
every year it gets bigger and bigger. I love it. It's
Yeah.
becoming a major event here on Long Island.
I know. Did you golf today?
I only played a couple holes because I was making sure everybody was having a good time, so I jumped in where I could just to play golf with some of the golfers.
Yeah. Well, there's always a great turnout for New York Sportscene Children's Foundation because they do so much good. So now, Frank, were you involved in the choosing of the honorees tonight?
I had some role. I nominated 3 or 4 of them, yes. I did Reverend Patty, who you just spoke
Yes.
with, and Lydia, and Teresa Campbell. I put them up there.
So tell me something about this year. You've had a busy year doing so many things. What is it that stands out for you about tonight?
The honorees. It's amazing how we're going to honor our hero, Steve Castleton,
Yes.
and then we have the 8 women. And then tonight we have a special presentation, which I can't say now. But
I think Fran already told us. I don't know.
no, I don't think so. But it's going to be something special tonight, and I'm looking really forward to presenting that award.
Oh, that's good. And we had Cassidy Rose I spoke to, and you're very involved in music. So tell our audience what it is that attracts you to music so much.
I've been playing music since I'm 5 years old. I gave it up a little bit when I went away to law school, but I've picked it up. I'm more of a concert goer, and that's why I'm now the music editor of Nightlife magazine, the music section. And I see a lot of shows, and my column is called Appearing Live Tonight, Chronicles of a Live Music Junkie. We're appearing live tonight with Helen, by the way.
I know. I had attended 1 or 2 of the events that you've had, and you have really great talent that comes out. And you know, you don't have to be a celebrity to play great music. There's a lot of unsung heroes especially on Long Island. Isn't there a lot of talent on Long Island?
So much talent on Long Island. It's amazing. We're like a breeding ground for guitar players and drummers. It's amazing how many guitar players we have here on Long Island.
That's good.
And I was just out in Colorado, and I went to a couple local bars, and they were dead on a Friday night because they didn't have enough musicians to play. When I was in Portugal, believe it or not, there were all these American guitar players hanging out in the streets of Portugal playing and making more money on the streets of Portugal than out here on Long Island because it's so competitive, and they're having a hard time finding gigs and venues.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that even on Long Island, even though, of course, everybody likes to get paid, but if they don't, and in New York, you'll see them playing in the subway, you'll see them playing for the love of it.
New York City has a program now where they're giving out licenses to certain musicians, and they give them certain places to play on a certain day for so long. And the streets of New York is an amazing place for some live talent. It's amazing. I saw a cello player playing the blues, and then I turned around and saw a woman a block away singing a cappella. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
So
You know what? Because when you have that in you, you got to let it out. You've got to let it out.
I don't have the talent as a musician anymore, so I go and listen to it, and I support live music, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And I support the children.
That's
We need to support the children. That's why I met Fran 4 years ago, and she brought me right into this program, and I've been a part of this, and I worked my way up through the ranks, and now 4 years later, I'm the vice president, and we're having one of our most successful golf outings of the year since I've been here.
That's wonderful. Congratulations to you, Frank, and to New York Sportscene Children's Foundation. Stick with us.
We're appearing live tonight with Helen. Thank you.
I've been practicing this one all week. About 3 years ago, I lost my sister Angela to cancer. She was 51 years old. And her death placed me on a journey. And at the time, I didn't know it or what my journey's purpose was. I attended a holiday party for medically frail and terminally ill children run by Bob Pellicastro in Angela's house. During the event, I was graced to have met one of our honorees here tonight, Reverend Pat, who walked with me on my journey. She showed me the meaning of love, the power of that little four-letter word, about God's grace, and why my sister Angela wanted me to learn these things. And another amazing thing happened to me that night. From an introduction from a mutual friend, I met our next honoree. I was asked to help her with donations for the Cohen's Children's Hospital Teenage Prom. These were sick children who couldn't make their own prom. She needed swag bags for the gifts for the teenagers. She asked me if I could do earbuds and makeup kits. It wasn't a question, I just did it. But I also donated all the desserts for the children and their families who were watching from another room. I was immediately embraced by Fran about what she does, and I came to know her that that's not all she does. In 2015, Fran, as president of the New York Sportscene Children's Foundation, where she sat on the board till 1997, led a new direction for this organization, focusing on children, women, families, and those who cannot make it without help. She served as executive vice president of Yes We Care, a grassroots not-for-profit charity where the healing of power of music for post-traumatic stress disorder programs. Yes We Care raises money and awareness for those suffering life-threatening ailments, cancer, PTSD, veterans, the homeless, and the forgotten. As a spiritual fundraiser, she raised funds for the fight against breast cancer, child abuse and other cancers, domestic violence, women's rights, veterans, homeless, and families in need. She raises funding for back-to-school programs, donations for books, and the food bank for the Head Start program. She is currently spearheading the St. Mary's Hospital for Children's Memorial Garden Project in Bayside, where parents whose children are undergoing operations can meditate and spend some time alone to get their thoughts together. She spearheads the Children's Holiday Breakfast with Santa, where over 600 medically frail children, terminally ill, and socially disadvantaged children get to spend a day with Santa. At Thanksgiving time, she provides turkey dinners and gets donations for the homeless living in shelters.
She raises funds for holiday dinners and donations for homeless shelters. She runs a coat and warm clothing drive for children. She has run a prom for teenagers with illnesses at Cohen's Children's Hospital, and she chairs fundraisings for Share the Voice program that obtains specially engineered bicycles for those children who can't pedal for themselves. She's done poolside parties for underprivileged children who've never seen a pool or even had a bathing suit. She sits as a member of the Business Advisory Council for Small Businesses, and as a teen youth member, she shares her experiences with today's youth with the theme that they can be anything they dream to be, but she encourages them all to dream big. And while she is pushing all these events for ill, special needs, medically frail, underprivileged children and families, and giving them a moment in time where they can enjoy making childhood memories with their families and free them from everyday burdens, she spreads her unique life message. If you can touch hearts, then you can change lives. So it is with great honor that I, along with my fellow board members, have the privilege of presenting the FRAN Petito Heart of an Angel Award to its first recipient, FRAN Petito. Just so that you all know, it reads, the FRAN Petito Heart of an Angel Award in recognition of working with the highest commitment and always going above and beyond for the caring of children. The FRAN Petito Heart of an Angel Award.